Sponsored by
PhD, MPhil किसी भी विषय में डिप्लोमा के अनेक अवसर है RKTF यूनिवर्सिटी में. Admissions open.
In a historic development, sources suggest that the government is planning to introduce a bill aimed at amending the Waqf Act of 1995 to curb the powers of the Waqf Board and prevent the board from limitlessly using their powers to grab any piece of land in the country. Ever since the reports regarding the same started to float, netizens started demanding that the Waqf Board Act should not be amended but abolished, because the Waqf Board has misused their powers, bringing over 9.4 lakh acres of land worth thousands of crores under its umbrella. In fact, the Waqf Board was given additional powers by the Congress government under the Waqf Act, making it virtually impossible to get the land back from the tight claws of the Waqf Board, and this has led to the Waqf Board being India's third largest landowner, trailing only the armed forces and Indian Railways. Since the ownership of the property is transferred to Allah from the Waqif in the case of Waqf, and property cannot be taken back from Allah, thus once a property becomes Waqf, it will always stay Waqf. The cases of claiming land illegally by the Waqf Board have grown exponentially over the years, with many netizens stressing that the Waqf Board has misused its powers to occupy lands across India. Owing to such illegal practices, the PM Modi cabinet will likely bring around 40 amendments to the Waqf Act. Now, the main objective of these changes in the law is to put a leash on the powers of the Waqf Board and end the autocracy of the Waqf Board. Media reports suggest that the PM Modi-led government is certain to table the amendment bill in the parliament on 5th August. Among many of the amendments that the government is likely to introduce, one of which includes mandatory verification of claims made or to be made on properties and disputed properties by the Waqf Board. If introduced, the bill will help curb the claims made by Waqf Boards on lands and other properties in different states and prevent disputes. Interestingly, sources suggest that the demand to change the existing laws has come from Muslim intellectuals, women and various Muslim minority sects like Shia and Bora. According to the 2006 Sachal Committee report, the Waqf Board possesses land worth rupees 1.2 lakh crore, which includes 8.7 lakh properties in different states, while the total land under these properties is around 9.4 lakh acres. Ironically, since Islam believes that under Waqf, the ownership of the property is transferred to Allah, such a law is not even present in all the Islamic countries, with places such as Turkey, Libya, Egypt, Sudan, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Tunisia and Iraq. However, thanks to vote bank politics in India, due to which not only are Waqf Boards the largest urban landowners, but they also have an act protecting them legally. Amid reports that the centre is planning to amend the Waqf Board Act, All India Muslim Personal Law Board member Maulana Khalid Rashid Farangi Mahali said that the government should consult and take the opinion of the stakeholders before making any amendments, adding that AIMPLB does not feel that there is any need to make any kinds of amendments to the Waqf Act.
At present, we don't think that there is any need to do any kind of amendment in this Waqf Act, and if the government thinks that there is any need, so the government must first consult and take the opinion of the stakeholders before doing any amendment.
On the other hand, the chief imam of the All India Imam Organization, Imam Umair Ahmad Ilyasi, while supporting the amendments, said that it is the need of the hour to do amendment and there should be no politics over it.
सरकार के सामने समय अनुसार अगर अमेंडमेंट किया जाता है, संशोधन किया जाता है, तो मुझे लगता है कि समय की ज़रूरत होती है, तो उस पर किसी तरह का विरोध करना या उस पर राजनीति करना, मुझे लगता है कि ये अच्छी बात नहीं है. बैठकर बातचीत होनी चाहिए. कल प्रस्ताव आएगा, उस पर चर्चा होनी चाहिए, न कि राजनीति.
As the centre readies to bring amendments to the Waqf Act, here's looking at how all of it began. The Waqf Act came into existence in 1954 under Jawaharlal Nehru's government, and later it was centralized to give powers to Waqf boards to manage Waqf properties. Now, though since then the Act has been amended several times, It was in 2012 when the Congress-led UPA government amended the Basic Waqf Act, giving more powers to the Waqf boards. Congress had transferred 123 prime properties to the Waqf board. In September 2022, it came to light that the Waqf board claimed the entire village of Tiruchentura, which comprised only Hindus, as Waqf property that also included an 1100-year-old temple.